And you might ask why this is necessary in the first place. Well, specifically for the gun industry, you are liable for a lot of different ways of being sued. Even if you sell a perfectly functional product, you can still be sued for the use of that product if somebody uses a product harmfully. There was a big lawsuit involving Remington in the last few years where someone used their product illegally, sued. There was nothing wrong with the product itself, the firearm, mechanically, but because someone used their product illegally, they were found to be at fault for it, which is a very dangerous precedent for firearms manufacturers, stores, etc. Anybody in the gun industry is really affected by that. So it's really important when you are starting your business from the ground up, especially, that you take steps in your corporate structure to protect yourself from liability. A limited liability corporation is really the best choice if you're starting from scratch. The limited liability corporation is really a separate entity from yourself. So there is you as an individual, and there is the corporation, your business. If you have a liability or are sued as a result of something that happened in the business, they can only come after your limited liability corporation, not you personally. So say that you got sued in the course of business in the firearms industry. The limited liability corporation shields your personal assets from being in the line of fire, so to speak, from your lawsuit. So let's say you have a house, you have a car, you have investments. If they're all held personally and separate from the LLC, they cannot target those assets. In your limited liability corporation, this is kind of like a protective shield around yourself. They can only come after what's in the LLC or what's owned by the LLC because it's a separate entity from yourself. So that's really critical, because in the course of business and being in the firearms industry, you are open to a lot of liability, and there's not a whole lot you can protect yourself from being sued. At the end of the day, if somebody really has a problem, they're going to find a way to sue you. So the LLC is really a critical step. You really got to have that if you're going to be in the firearms industry.